Tami Ozegovich. I'm the director for Head Start, Early Head Start in Beaver County. And we have Mayor Dwan Walker with us today, and we also have Samantha Nicholson, who's our CDE supervisor. So our manager, I'm sorry. So what we're doing today is we are showing parents what precautions and things we've put in place to keep their children safe when they return to our classrooms here in the Aliquippa School District Head Start, Early Head Start program.
Now, what's going to happen when they come into the school?
So when the children first come in, they will be outside and their teachers will meet them at the door. They will get their temperatures checked. And if they do not have a mask for the day, which we are providing all families, we will provide another mask for that day. And then their teachers will take them back to their classrooms.
Right. Now, children who are riding the bus and not being self-transported, their temperatures will be checked before they board the bus.
So as you can see, I mean, Head Start program is taking every precautionary measure to make sure our kids are safe to come back for this beginning school year. And definitely want to show you a whole environment about what's going to happen next. So when they do enter these doors and walk up these stairs and go to their classroom, we're going to give you a brief look about what your kids are going to experience during this quarantine. I think the Head Start program has done an amazing job about keeping our kids safe, making sure social distance is in place, and making sure that our kids are coming into a safe environment, not just for their families, but for the employees of the school district and the Head Start program. So you'll get a glimpse of this. So just stay tuned. Just watch what you see. And report this to your family and friends, because again, we got 40 seats that we need to fill, 8 in the early childhood room that we want to fill. So again, don't be afraid of coming back and what's going to happen. You're about to get a glimpse about what's about to happen now.
And I also want to point out too, you made a good point about our staff. So not only are we providing thermometers for every family too, so they can check temperatures at home before they bring their children. We'll have the touchless thermometers here, and then every staff member also received a thermometer so that they can check their temperatures at home. And they also have to do a health assessment before reporting to work, just to make sure they don't have any symptoms. And if they do have symptoms, then they of course will not be reporting to work, and we'll have someone, we'll either have to cancel other classes or we'll find someone who will cover those classes. Yeah, because again, we want to make sure that the staff are also symptom-free as well as the children.
Yes. So we're going to take a walk up the stairs and take a look into a classroom just so you can see what our kids will come into. I can't thank Tami and her staff and the Head Start program enough for taking all these precautionary measures in the elementary school in the back half with a great interest coming through. So look, believe me, your kids are coming to a safe place, man. Even with all the scares and stuff, they took the precautionary measures they needed to make sure our kids are safe in a safe learning environment, which is key. Hallways look clean. I mean, everything looks disinfected. We're going to go into a classroom so you can get a glimpse of what the partitions look like and what an actual classroom will look like.
So when we enter, the lights are not going to be on, so we're going to have to activate the lights when we get in here. So let me do that. Well, there we go. Okay, so just to point out a few things that we're doing to accommodate the families or the children who are in our program. The first thing is I just want to show that every child is going to have their own box of supplies. So it kind of goes against our philosophy of having children share, but again, in this current climate with the pandemic, to keep our children safe, every child will have their own individual box of supplies. So in the supply box, they'll have their own glue sticks and crayons, scissors. We're even going to provide a mask for all of the children, which will be in their box. And then Play-Doh, anything that they would need to individualize. If you want to see, there's the thermometer for the families that we are providing.
And each child will receive 2 boxes, one for at school, one for at home for any virtual learning that may occur in the home as well.
So what else do you have as far as what the kids will experience when they come in?
So I think one of the concerns that we had as a program was, children, again, we're talking about children who are 3 to 5 years old and getting used to wearing masks. That might be a little bit difficult for them, so we're going to be practicing with wearing masks and during our virtual visits, but also when they come into the classroom, we know that they're going to take them off. We know that they're going to need a break from their mask, and they may just take them off so that they're not losing them or sharing them by accident. every child will have a lanyard so that they can attach their mask. So when they take it off, it's still on them, so there's no risk of another child picking it up, but they're also breakaway too. So again, just a choking hazard. Again, easy breakaway, just in case somebody would pull on it. So not a problem, every child will have one of these as well.
So what else do they experience? I mean, when they come in, I mean, you can see breakaway necklaces. They're always having masks around their necks. I mean, so far that's just walking in the door. We ain't even got to the classroom part, and I think that's the most important thing that you see from the entranceway to your front door, from the bus stop getting checked, from walking in the classroom getting checked with boxes for kids and their parents to check their kids when they're at home. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, everybody doesn't do that, and I want to thank the Head Start for even thinking about something. That's way out of the box thinking, to send a thermometer home in a separate box with that same materials in it to make sure their family is safe. So not only you checking temperatures for the household, but you're doing what you're supposed to do otherwise. So definitely great to see the boxes, and you said each family is going to get one for themselves as well. That's amazing. That's amazing.
One of the things too that the instructors or teachers will be doing with families during the virtual visits, which start actually Tuesday, is talking to children about the new rules in the classroom. Because, I mean, one thing that we do anytime we're opening a classroom, the first thing we talk to children about are their classroom roles. So there will be some different classroom roles this year. So typically we would have more children going to block centers. We'll be minimizing the number of children who are in each of our centers, again, to practice that social distancing, and also to be able to control what items have been used, because once items go into play and a child is using them, then we have to pull them out of play. So we will be talking to all the children about the new classroom roles. Some of the other things that we've done for our classrooms to help with, again, social distancing, but still having children be able to socialize, is we've added these partitions. So you can see they're see-through. Children can still, sit and still be part of a group and talk to their friends. But again, they're protected through these the plexiglass partitions. We have stopped we're going to stop the what's it called, family style dining. So usually children will be sitting together, passing the food. They're not going to be doing that this year. So all food will be pre-plated for our children, again, just to keep everything sanitized.
Keep it with social distancing for sure.
Right.
And
right.
each child will have an assigned area. We don't typically do that. We like to have our children have the opportunity to choose where they sit and who they sit by. But for COVID-related issues, we have chose to assign the children's area. They will be able to pick their own areas on the first day, and then that will be their area for the time being. If for some reason, we'll sanitize that area. If there's an issue or we need to change things up, we can definitely change them after sanitizing.
Yeah. And cleaning and sanitizing will happen throughout the day.
Okay.
But we do have some new equipment to help with that cleaning and sanitizing. So this is a UV wand. So this can be used just to clean, just like quickly sanitize areas. I'll turn it on so you can see how it works, Dwan. So you can set what time, like this is 5 minutes. You can set it for longer, and you can see the light. So you just go across the surface, and it sanitizes each area. So again, it's a quick way to kind of sanitize after every, in every area, yes. And you can set it for up to, I think, 30 minutes, depending on how long, you have to clean. So we have that.
Also, a safe way to sanitize while the children are in our care. We try to avoid using a lot of chemicals around the children, so the UV light is a good way to sanitize while the children are here with us, because we are going to have to sanitize throughout the day and not just when they leave. So this is our way of having a safe sanitizer as well.
Now, what's that little device right there?
That is for disinfecting.
So this one has, and like I said, safe. We have recommended by the CDC the chemicals that we use with it, and it's just a lemon disinfectant, disinfectant.
Disinfectant, yeah. Do you want to show them how it works?
It's also pretty easy. It's just you just turn it on, and then it shoots out, and you just want to mist it over the area, and you leave it there to dry. So there's no wiping involved, it needs to set, and then that's the
You can smell it.
how it disinfects. Yeah,
You
it's
can smell it.
kind of smells like
Yeah,
bubbles.
it smells citrusy.
But they'll do this every evening at the end of class, every evening. Every center will have one of these to be able to clean and disinfect rather, the center after children leave.
So as you can see, I mean, the Head Start program in Aliquippa in Beaver County has taken the precautionary measures for our kids to come back to a safe environment, man. And I think you parents out there need to understand that they have taken every measure they can to make sure your kids come back to a safe environment, that they're gonna be safe here, and they're even thinking about making sure you are safe at home. So just know that when your kids come back to school on Tuesday, that they are coming to a good environment that's already safe and quarantine ready, social distancing ready. Any questions that you have for the staff and administration, you know that just a phone call or email away to ask these questions about this environment and where they're coming back to. So don't be afraid. I mean, listen, you you want your kids to get back to this learning thing, to break the monotony up, to make sure these kids are getting around other kids. But when they get around other kids, they're coming into a safe environment where people love them and take care of them, and they're gonna take care of them. Your babies will be in good hands coming here. So, and I think in all locations in Beaver County Head Start, they're gonna be in great hands coming into those buildings and into a safe environment. So definitely want to thank the staff on this tour. We're gonna take a look at the early childhood room and get you a feel of what's gonna be happening in there and what changes are gonna be coming. But just know where you're coming into, that your kids are gonna be safe here.
Before we go to the early Head Start classroom, do you want to point out some of the changes we made in our seating and things like that, and just talk a little bit about those items that we.
So in our Aliquippa Head Start classrooms, we do participate in PBIS, which is Positive Behavior Intervention Services. And so what we do with that is everything that we learn is very positive, engaging when it comes to all of our children's behaviors. And so part of that, we have invested in some flexible seating for our children. For the children that may struggle sitting still for a long period of time, we can change out any of our chairs, and we have adaptations for all of our chairs as well. So we do have like some of our little wobble chairs, and then we have our balance ball as well, where you can bounce on it. Some smaller cushions and small seating. This is a sensory table where it's going to be like a special thing that we earn special rewards, and we can pull this out when the children earn it together as a class. They work as a team, as a class, to earn tangible rewards. And then also for our chair tops, we can add in our cushions. It's very like rigid, so that you can sit on it and move it around to have that texture, to have that pressure on you while you are sitting. And then if you don't like that, there's also just a smaller rigid area that you can sit. These can be used on the floor or on the chairs. And we also have some bean bags we usually keep them in our quiet area, library area, but they can also be moved around the classroom as needed whenever the children would like to. They are all vinyl, so they can be sanitized and wiped down. We also purchased, and we're getting some more of seating, because we had to remove the carpets as a recommendation from the school district and the CDC. We removed the carpets from the classroom for this year. So we have some vinyl seating that can be wiped off and cleaned for each child, so that when they participate in circle time, they can still have circle time, be spread apart, and have a nice comfy place to sit as well.
And I think the one thing too that I want to talk a little bit about is, again, that social distancing. How are we going to do that? So our plan for bringing children back for face-to-face instruction is to run an A and B schedule. So we will have 10 children coming on Monday, Tuesday, and then another set of different children coming on Wednesday, Thursday. So that way, again, we have only 10 children in a classroom. We can, accommodate social distancing, and again, make sure that we're able to clean and sanitize and disinfect, throughout the day. When you have 20 children, it's a little bit harder in a classroom this size to be able to accommodate social distancing.
So typically when the children first enter the classroom, they'll come in with their stuff. They will put their stuff in their cubbies, which everyone has their own cubby space that they can put their stuff in. And then we have purchased not slippers, but shoe covers, non-slip shoe covers that we will have for all of the children in the classroom. That'll help keep even though we're sanitizing daily and we have a janitorial team that comes in and cleans at the end of each day, we just wanna minimize any of the outside bacteria that maybe we could bring in. So we do require shoes for any emergencies. We would like you to keep your shoes on, so we are providing the non-slip shoe covers as well. So they would put those on, and then they would head over to the sink and wash their hands. That's typically our normal day anyway. We always wash our hands as soon as we walk into a classroom, no matter the time of the year.
And staff will always also be equipped with shoe covers. So that way when they come in, they'll put disposable shoe covers on, and then if they leave the classroom for any reason, they will take those off. So again, to prevent anything from coming into the classroom.
Yep.
And to keep it sanitized.
So we're coming into the 0 to 3 room, early childhood room, new to Aliquippa. We like that word first, and new to Aliquippa. That sounds so sweet when you say it that way. But this is the room that our babies are gonna be in from 0 to 3. And Miss Tami, and they're gonna explain to you what the Head Start staff is doing for this room for our babies that are coming into this school for this school year. So please, ladies, explain what you see and what's gonna happen next.
Well, one thing that we want to point out is that anytime we make a change to one of our service areas, it is based on what our community assessment is telling us. And our community assessment was telling us that there's not enough services for children who are birth to 3.
Okay.
So we decided that Aliquippa would benefit from an early Head Start classroom. So we converted one of our Head Start classrooms to early Head Start. So again, this is for infants, toddlers, and 2s. Okay, so you can see the furniture is very tiny. Everything is really on a much smaller scale, but we still have the same centers that we would have with a Head Start program. So you still have your dramatic play, you still have your manipulatives, you still have, like over here, kids are a little bit different for early Head Start, of course. So, they're learning to crawl and walk and things like that. Now, one thing that you'll notice is that, again, we have infants and toddlers, they're crawling. There's no surface here, it's all hard surface. And again, that was because the recommendation to pull off carpets. But what we've done is ordered like a soft surface for this early Head Start classroom. So that way our children are still able to get on the floor, they're still able to crawl, but we can easily wipe and sanitize and disinfect those areas. One thing we don't have in here yet are cribs, because again, we said infants. So those cribs are currently being built, and they will be brought to this center so that children are, those infants have a resting place. We have cots for our little ones to take their naps. Difference with early Head Start too is some of our kids eat on demand, so those infants are going to eat on demand. But we also have, and this is really cool, see our little high chairs here? So that way they're down low. Usually you see high chairs that are up high, right? We want our children to socialize,
Right.
no matter what age they are. Socialization is very important. So children will be able to sit with their peers, right? The other children in the classroom and get that socialization. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I love that. I said I walk in
It's
here.
tiny, man.
Very tiny.
And we move them up to the table so
Right,
they're
so that they are
always
right.
had an interaction.
Right.
And we
Go ahead.
will only have 4 children at a time in this classroom, so we did not get the
Partitions.
the partitions for these tables, especially for the young children. So we will have enough space that we can still space them out. They'll have a teacher with them at all times during meal times.
And you'll take the same precautionary measures.
Same
You took the
precautionary
scan, the wand, the disinfectant
Yeah.
spray. So you see, they're coming back to an environment that's gonna be clean and sanitized. And again, it limited the space and the numbers that are in here, so you already know social distance is gonna be key. So again, another reason for you not to really worry so much about, yes, these are your babies, but they're gonna be in good hands when they come through these doors, and these ladies are gonna make sure of that. And the gentleman behind the camera is gonna make sure of that as well. So believe me when I tell you, Aliquippa, you can see where our babies are coming back to. This is gonna be a great school year. You know, we want you to be safe. I know they want you to be safe. You can look around this room and see there's still going to be changes being made. They're going to be doing those actively and based on information they get from the parents on what their kids' needs are. And they actively listen, which is a good thing. Head Start program always actively listens. If you got a concern, you want something addressed, don't hesitate to call the office. These people respond, and they respond fast. So, Ms. Tami, again, is there anything else you think we need to know? Or?
I just think, I want to point out here, this gate still has to be put together. Because we have children who are learning to walk and some children who are still crawling, we can partition those children off so that way if someone's crawling, we don't have an older child who is walking over here and stepping on them or falling on them. So again, it'll keep them safe. And this does remove. This comes off, you can peel it off. So they can still see, well, it's on both sides, but they will be able to see their peers on the other side,
yeah, I can see it.
as well, yeah.
Oh, right here.
You see, yeah? If you peel it off on both sides, they'll be able to see right through to their peers. Teachers will always have, a visual on the children in the classroom. So.
I mean, like I said, you guys are taking every precautionary measure, and I'll say this again, we still need students to fill a seat. We still got 40 spaces we got to fill. Please contact the Head Start office in the mall to get your kids registered. They will come see you. They'll even do a virtual.
Yes.
Also, eight children in this room here, like I said, again, 0 to 3. You see your babies are going to be safe. They're going to still take the precautionary measures for that as well. They saw a need that their parents had addressed that they needed to have early, for their babies, 0 to 3. And they attacked that need and said, hey, this is what we're going to do in Aliquippa. This is what we're going to do around in our center. So, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Us as parents have to make sure we do what we're supposed to do. So if you got any kids out there from 4 or 0 to 4, 0 to 5, and you're not registered, please call the Head Start program. Please. I can't emphasize that enough. Like I said, I know you parents want your babies to get educated. That's the key to this whole thing right now. And this is the best way to do it, is get in contact with Ms. Tami, get in contact with her staff. And I promise you, they'll make sure you get a seat at the table. And again, if they will walk you through the process, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. No, this is about our babies. This is about educating people. So I really can't thank the Head Start staff enough for the opportunity to walk through this building and show you guys what Aliquippa is actually doing in the county of Head Start as well. I'm actually the vice chair of the Head Start program, so I'm honored to be a part of this. This is a passion of mine. It has been since I've been the mayor of this city, and I love Head Start. I mean, I can remember Open Shut Them, Place Your Hands on Your Lap. I can tell you, I can still sing the songs. So that tells you something. I still sing it to my 7-month-old now. Open Shut Them, give your hands a clap. I can still say that. So it means something to me at 45, and I know it means something to the parents out there who have young children. What am I going to do? I want to make sure they go to school. Well, here's your opportunity. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for the opportunity to even walk through the school, to show people what it is that they're going to be walking into. So, Ms. Tami, if there's anything you want to say, if there's anything you guys want to add to it, and
just that, I know, Dwan, you said about, bringing kids to the table, bringing our children in, but we can meet you anywhere. I mean, if you're not comfortable sending your children, it's just not convenient, we can do virtual lessons with you only. We can do a hybrid model with you where you send your child and then still do virtual lessons from home. If you don't have the technology, as long as you let us know, we'll help support your technology needs. Anything that we can do to help support education in the home, education in our classrooms, that's what we're here for. So whatever barriers there might be for you to send your child, if you let us know, we can certainly work to address those barriers.
So again, like I said, you got the technical side with the guns and the weight and the sanitizers, and you're going to be in the class with our babies, I'm assuming. So, I mean, is there anything these parents need to know, or anything else that over and above what we've already discussed?
No, I mean, definitely we are taking a little bit of extra precautions as we usually do, but that's what we're here. We're passionate about children. We're passionate about Head Start. We wouldn't be here if we didn't feel that way. And so your children mean everything to us. So if you are feeling any hesitant about sending your child to Head Start this year, please just give us a call. We'll do a walkthrough with you. We could do a virtual walkthrough with you to show you everything that we have going on here at Head Start. Like I said, this is what we do, that we're passionate about children. That's what we're here for. Your children mean everything to us.
How you can't even finish that? That's perfect. I mean, and again, Aliquippa, so in Head Start, if you got any families out there that are in need, that are concerned about the school or are concerned about the environment they're gonna be coming back to, rest assured, those needs will be met. Those conversations are being had even right now before the doors even open for school. Those conversations are happening right now. How do we keep our babies safe? Are they coming into a safe environment? I think we hit the check mark on all of those boxes right now. And we know there's more boxes we gotta fill. And again, they actively listen. So if you're addressing an issue, you bring an issue, know that there will be a solution or a conversation on how to fix that problem. So I can't wait for this school year to start. I can't wait to see these babies come into these doors and see this environment. Don't worry about your babies. They adapt fast. You don't gotta worry about them. They will adapt fast. I'll be more concerned about the parents, but the kids will adapt so fast to this that it won't even be anything that you need to be worried about. So again, I thank you, Ms. Tami. Thank you on behalf of the city of Aliquippa and the parents of Aliquippa for this opportunity. Y'all have been amazing hosts. I like my mask. It fits my face perfectly. But I mean, I'm grateful. So again, I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for the tour, and I know our parents will probably be definitely appreciative of what y'all showed.
We're excited. We're excited to get the kids back. We're excited to work with the families. We do.
Yeah,
We really miss them. Yeah. Yeah. And believe me, people worry about children wearing masks. And I talked with Lori Martha from the BBIU, and they have some classes going on. And she said, you know, the kids learn quickly. And she said, you know, they wear their masks. And again, we know children are going to take them off once in a while. And we are going to provide mask breaks for kids too, and for staff, because we know they're going to need a break from those masks. But again, we're going to work with every child and every family. That's the bottom line, because we want families to be able to take advantage of the Head Start program and the Head Start services. So we're excited.
So I just like do introductions one more time, ma'am. Your job and title, what you?
So I'm the CD manager of Head Start and Early Head Start of Beaver County, and my name is Samantha Nicholson.
And I'm Tami Ozegovich, and I'm the director for the Head Start and Early Head Start program in Beaver County.
And the gentleman behind the camera that you can see right here.
I'm John Busari. I'm the brand new CDE supervisor at Aliquippa.
So I tell you once again, family, you see who you got working with you. The city's behind it. You get behind it. Make sure your babies are registered. Make sure if there's anything that they need, that we address the issues. If there's any concerns, please make a phone call. Don't assume anything. Nothing's off the table. Ask the question. There's no dumb questions during the pandemic. Ask your question. Information is key. As long as it's flowing through the people that need it, Samantha and Tami, you guys will be fine. So again, I can't wait for the school year. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for the opportunity, man. Be safe.
And if you want to apply, you can do a pre-application on our website at privateindustrycouncil.com. And then you can also just call our office as well, and we can take your information over the phone, and that would be 724-728-2110. Again, 724-728-2110. We look forward to you coming.